Alright, y'all. How's it going, y'all? I would like to make my views on this year's Copa America, right? And why CONMEBOL done goofed up massively, right? So, for those who don't know, live under a rock or whatever, I'm gonna give y'all a brief rundown of what has happened this past month, basically. So, right? So there's Copa America, right? And this year's Copa America was supposed to be held in 2020, but due to COVID, it got postponed to this year, 2021. And it was supposed to be held in Colombia and Argentina, right? And they had like a weird format, a two groups, two 6-team groups, with one group being entirely in Colombia and the other group entirely being in Argentina. And it seems kind of weird, but hey, whatever, man. We're prepared, to see some young Copa America. You feel me? To see the very best in South America go at it. But then outside stuff starts happening. In Colombia right now, there have been, protests, there's been unrest because, let's be real, the Colombian government has failed their people. They failed their people. So the Colombians are justified in their protesting, you know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it 100. And because of all the rioting and all the protesting and basically all the crazy stuff that's been happening in Colombia, CONMEBOL decided that it wasn't safe to host a tournament in Colombia, and thus they kicked Colombia out of hosting duties. So it seemed like the tournament would be held entirely in Argentina. Only problem is, Argentina is undergoing a horrible wave of COVID right now, right? A lot of people have been getting affected, and a lot of people have been getting killed by COVID. And on top of that, the Argentine government imposed a 9-day lockdown, and that lockdown was enough for CONMEBOL to also strip Argentina of their hosting rights. So now the Copa America itself is, I guess, homeless, you know? And CONMEBOL, they weren't gonna delay the tournament again. They were gonna postpone it again, so naturally you think, okay, maybe it'd be in the US, right? In the US, COVID for the most part is, well, way more under control than it is in Argentina, right? And plus in the US, all the major states have they've already been allowing fans to return to stadiums. So, stadiums, so it would be more than possible to, get fans in seats, right? And it's in the US, so you're gonna make a lot of money. And we all know that any organization that has anything to do with FIFA is only in it for the money. Let's be real. They're only in it for the money. So for them, it's a win. It's a best solution for them to hold it in the U.S. And plus, the U.S. has already hosted a Copa America before in 2016, and they did decent. But of course, there's also visa issues, and especially considering that some of these countries is getting wrecked by COVID, that could really exacerbate, any pending visa issues that the players and delegates the of the participating nations may deal with. And apparently canceling the tournament is not an option. So they decided to hold it in a country that is dealing with both massive unrest and a spike in COVID, which is Brazil. Now I get Brazil is, one of the big dogs of international football, right? Historically one of the most successful nations in the sport, but Brazil is going through strife right now. And Brazil has the second highest COVID death rate. Only the US is above Brazil in terms of death toll. So, whew. Yeah, that's a bright idea. How about putting it in a country that is dealing with, the rights of Colombia and the COVID of Argentina? You get Brazil. And I don't know, bro. Like, me personally, it's in good conscience to just cancel the Copa America, because you also have to remember that they have to make up 2 World Cup qualifying matches, right? There was 2 match days in March of this year that got postponed, so they have to make those match days up. Maybe you can make them up during the June window, but probably that might not happen. Just unbelievable, man. I don't even know what CONMEBOL is thinking, bruh. And also another thing to point out too, a lot of the Brazilian states said, nah, we're not gonna allow any Copa America matches take place in our states. So all the matches are now taking place in like southern Brazil, where I guess they're more open. But even then, they will not allow anybody into the stadium. They will not allow anyone. No fans. So, yikes. Oh my God. So this ought to be funny.